So it finally happened for SUI, guys. So let's discuss exactly what's happening with my trades, what I think might happen next for SUI, and everything that you guys need to know to be fully up to date with what is going on in cryptocurrency right now, because we are in a very volatile moment for the market. Now, if we do jump straight onto the charts, you can see that SUI, since our video last night, did break through our resistance. We came all the way up as high as $2 and almost 20 cents here. And right now we are right in the resistance zone. We did briefly, just a second there, lose the $2 region. Now I'd be very careful getting involved in trades right now, guys. If you are eyeing this up for the breakout, I do think there is a big move that could happen for SUI, bringing it up to as high as about $4 if this W pattern that we see forming actually breaks up. We could have a technical target of all the way up here at about $4, a little under $4. And I do think that is possible given the current market cap being 5 billion. That would move SUI up to a market cap of about 10 billion. And of course, there is a lot of liquidity and access for the liquidity on Binance and on Coinbase, and of course on Bybit as well. So there's a lot of eyeballs on this project as it reaches into price discovery. Right now, I did make some changes to my trade that I had open yesterday. Can we get this up? Here we go. So there's $5,000 left in unrealized profit. If we go to position history, we have closed out now $30,000 in total. For this trade right now, I am waiting for a pullback. If we do not get a pullback, then I'll just ride the remaining 14,000 SUI tokens that I have left in this trade, and I'll just ride that up. If we double it, we'll make some really, really nice profits. This is still $30,000 sitting right there. So if SUI does go to that $4,000 price target, we will make another $30,000 from where we sit today. So very nice here. And then if we are looking at it from a technical standpoint, what I'm looking for on the retest would really be down to about the $180 region here, 180, and then here again, and then of course here. And then if we lose all of these, I would wait for it to come down to about that $1 region again and load the boat really heavy. Now, is it possible that we come all the way down there? I don't know, guys. It's not definite. It's not definite that we'll hold here. We have had a massive move to the upside here, so it's likely that we do have some cooling off. Remember, this is all fueled a lot by excitement, and we see the excitement all over YouTube here. We see the excitement all over X as well. Don't forget that a lot of people talking about these patterns here. You can see the cup and handle pattern forming, people comparing it to Solana. In fact, I do have a tutorial that will come out very soon on how to buy memes and altcoins on SUI. So smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification so you can be alerted when that comes out, because guys, I used it today to buy a meme and it was phenomenal. It was super fast. It reminded me of Solana when Solana actually works. So very interesting stuff here. And we see different people talking about their trades. So there is a lot of excitement around this. Now, if you do want a platform to trade this, one of the longest standing platforms out here is MEXC. Right now, it is still non-KYC with no VPN required to access it. So you can trade on here without providing your personal details. And you can trade both on the spot market for SUI and on the futures market. So great opportunity here to trade it. I'll leave a link to MEXC down there in the description. You can get over $9,000 in deposit bonuses right now for MEXC. So right now, where we sit with SUI, would I be buying? The answer is depends, right? If you are planning to hold SUI for the long term, right, I would potentially start a position here in case we do hold this $1.91. So if I had, let's say, $1,000 that I wanted to invest in total, I could potentially put in $100 of my money here. And then if it starts to ride, I can dollar cost average. But if it starts to drop, then I can also get more bang for my buck as the price goes down to those points that we talked about earlier. Personally, the risk to reward in buying right now at resistance is very low. All right, there's very low reward here, or very high risk that we do actually have a big pullback. I think a lot of people will be caught in a bull trap very soon. This is why I've personally closed out a lot of my trade here, but that's because I want to keep myself safe, right? I don't want to be holding and then have this come all the way back down and I lose all those gains when I could just add to this position. And one of my theses and my trading style here is if we get a pullback, I load the boat heavy. If not, I don't feel emotion if the price goes up. Yes, I would have made a lot more money if I had have simply just held from where we got involved here to here. Yes, that would have made me more money. But as I'm trading this, I am trading a multiple of different coins. I can't know for sure, and I also can't hold every single one of those as much as the price goes up, because what that does is when I take profits at each opportunity, I stay unemotional in the market, right? So at this point, would I be buying now? Yes, if I was okay to dollar cost average all the way down if we get that pullback. And if I was to buy now, I wouldn't be loading the boat because the risk to reward is just not there for me personally. Now, if I wanted to trade on the leverage market, for example, over on MEXC for this, we click on futures USDTM. And once that loads, we can get up a position here for SUI. Right now, you can see we're teetering right on that $2 region. And guys, you can do the exact same thing here as we did for the spot market. So if you're willing to buy now and you want to take the risk, you can DCA from here, right? So you can limit order, you can put your price in, and then you can DCA into your position if the price goes down. That would limit your downside risk and it'll give you a better position as we go upwards. Now, if we do compare to the overall market, we can see that Bitcoin has hit its resistance point right here. We briefly came above it when I was sleeping last night, depending on where you guys were. We briefly touched about 64,300. We're at 62,400 now. Bitcoin is still holding up relatively nicely in our uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And this is still, right, trying to make the next move upwards. But it doesn't look very strong right now. I have to be honest, guys, it's not looking strong. So what we want to see is us to break cleanly 63,900 and then hide higher. But as we had this rejection here, the bears came in, it's not looking great. So I would be keeping my eyes closely peeled on the 60,500. And then if that doesn't hold down to this liquidity region down here, about 57,000. The reason why I'm looking at 57,000, guys, to remind you, is because just look at the amount of longs that are open in the market right now. There's way too many longs. The market is too bullish right now, okay? So at 55,000, at 57,000 here, we got $5.5 billion of liquidations. That sits just really close to where we are right now. It's a drop of about 8%, which we've seen many, many times before. Now, if that does happen, it does sadly invalidate our move that we're having here, our higher lows and higher highs, right? So it invalidates that, so we may have more turmoil to the downside. Currently, we are still holding this higher low structure. So if we do lose about 59,000, 50 or 60,000, that's when we lose that structure. And then we need to figure out what might be happening next. Down here, the lower 50s might be on the cards. Now, of course, if Bitcoin does that, it's very, very bad for our altcoins, right? Of course, the altcoins will get decimated again. But guys, you have to right now make a decision. What are you holding and why are you holding it, right? If you're holding SUI now and you refuse to take profits, that's perfectly fine. You believe it's going significantly higher. Just make sure that you can sustain the downside. Same can be said for any other altcoin that you're currently holding right now. Maybe it's Casper, which is down significantly recently. Maybe it's Ethereum. Maybe it's Solana. Whatever it is, just make sure that you're prepared for this pullback if it comes. Of course, I'm still bullish. I still think we're going to head up to this resistance and hopefully break it very soon. But we do have the worries about the amount of other people in the market that are currently bullish. Now, if we look on the 30 days, right, we are still predominantly on the long side. However, there are a lot of shorts right now. So once we see this start to come down, that's when I'll start to be a little bit more bullish in the short term. We also have the DXY pumping upwards, which is not good, right? We want to start pushing it downwards. This is where we saw the last bull market. So we want to lose this 100 region here for the DXY. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm hoping, so we can have our altcoin run just again. Now, There are, look at this, look, 1,000 transactions per second the last 3 days. 1,000 transactions, right? And it's the #2 non-EVM chain by TVL in the whole space. And right now, Sui sits at a $5.5 billion market cap. So I believe there is a lot more upside from here, but I do think that buying at a resistance zone would be a risk, right? So we're buying up here in resistance. I think that's quite risky right now, but I would be watching closely for an opportunity, right? Maybe that's starting a position and then dollar cost averaging as we go down, or waiting for a pullback to one of our support zones. A very important zone will be at about $1.60 or down here, right? You want to wait, or you want to start your position but DCA. Don't get sucked into the euphoria, right? Sui is in euphoria right now, guys, so be very careful. I personally have taken profits out of my trade because I don't want to take the risk of the pullback. But remember, I could be completely wrong here. I'm trading this coin and I could be completely wrong. It could go significantly higher, and that is why I have left a certain size of my position still open, ready for if we push back up. So remember, guys, if you do want to trade Sui or any other altcoin, MEXC basically has every single altcoin on the market. It also has the lowest fees on the entire market, 0% maker, 0.01% taker. All of the links will be down there in my description, and you can take advantage of all of the different opportunities that they have. So with that said, guys, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.